Días Parques. Días Parques.
Thank you. That's fucking awesome. Thank you, man.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Us Podcast. Whoa! And it's been a long time, like always, since you've seen our faces, since you've seen this person's face right here. It feels like eons ago that we were all together in this very room.
Just talking about a man with a knife. Just simpler times.
Simple, a man with a knife and barely any plans.
And so, welcome back. We are doing, I guess, a continuation of an official series, possibly.
BOYOWEEN. No, it's official.
It's
official. We started this shit in San Francisco for Young Love.
Yeah.
A conversation of us
Just
enjoying
chilling.
movies,
we were just hanging out and we
having the
nerded
same
out.
interests.
We had just seen the original, the original reboot.
That's right. That's when this first reboot came out.
Yes,
Right.
yes, sir.
Halloween. We
Right.
have to refer to it as Halloween 2019.
No,
or-
2018. 2018. That's how fucking
That's
long,
how long
ago
ago it
we
was,
talked
yeah.
about it in 2019, a year after it had already come out by that point.
Yes, and that's
Right.
when we compared that one to the legendary Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Hey, shit pants.
Give me a fucking break. He's probably a queer. Got choked the chicken, purged my snorkel all over them flappy ass tits.
We found this in Michael's school bag.
Come on, big deal. He found a dead cat.
Look at this, Mom.
I'll say this quick story. I remember I was driving and I saw a poster with Jamie Lee Curtis's face on there. But I remember reading an article that said, "Oh, in this one, Michael Myers is gonna be unmasked." And my first thought when I saw that poster, I was like, "Is that Michael Myers unmasked?"
No, that's just Jamie Lee Curtis.
I think you might have just spoiled the third movie in this series. It's me all along.
Oh my god! But this new one is called Halloween Kills. Let's hope it doesn't kill our vibe.
Yeah, please don't kill our vibe.
And even though I didn't like filmatically love the Rob Zombie one, I was having fun with just
We were
how
hyped.
fucking out of pocket it
Let's
was.
play a crazy Rob Zombie clip right here.
But fucking Halloween 2018, it's almost like it played it too safe in comparison. So that's kind of the best compliment I can give the Rob Zombie. Even though I still don't think those are good Halloween movies.
Because you were more critical of them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Filmmaking wise, I'm very critical of it, especially with the screenplay. But as far as good time, laughs, I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch.
Oh,
Joe
come
on.
Joe Grizzly's unbeatable.
It doesn't
dude.
get better than
That
that.
was pretty great.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch. I'm gonna cut that mask right off your face.
I want to see like a Royal Rumble, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Jason,
I mean, may as well at this point. If you're gonna pull on
Terminator,
nostalgia strings,
just all of them. Put them on a fucking
put them in a
island,
Super Smash battle.
put them in a Squid Games
Oh,
type
okay.
of thing.
There you go.
Topical. Do any of you have any expectations for this Halloween Kills, not counting the little stuff you already saw?
Excellent question. I guess I'll answer. I'm hearing things left and right about this one. All I care about, I just want the kills to be brutal, just like they shocked me the first time we saw it in theaters in 2018. I want them to be brutal, and I just want it to be. I want to hear fucking excellent John Carpenter music, and I want to if I don't hear a fucking reprise of that song, "The Shape Hunts Allison," it's the one that goes.
Hey, that song
It's the best
is
one.
fucking sick. It even
Hell
went through
yeah.
my cold
So
heart.
good.
That shit was.
That's
awesome.
all I'm looking for in this one. That's what I hope to see.
Honestly,
What are you looking
same vibes. Just because he scores these, right?
Yeah. Him
Like,
and his son and some other fool.
But it's like
people.
the aesthetic of that
Yes.
synth thing. So honestly, yeah, like if the kills are good, like I don't think it's gonna do what the first one did in terms of like the novelty. Like remember like the mental hospital scene.
I think
Remember that was kind of crazy though. Seeing that for the first time though, and remember
exactly the first we needed that. That's the best thing. We needed that reboot because literally we were just coming off of Rob. Like that was the last taste
it
we
was a
had.
tone palette cleanser.
Absolutely. Even though it wasn't a flaw, like even though a rewatch movie has flaws,
completely,
it was what we needed. So that's why these movies are very interesting to me still, because we have Jamie Lee Curtis. It's like okay, it's like keeping in line with the original tradition, even if it's like a little jankier, and modern jankier. You know?
She said some weird stuff about this movie. Have you seen interviews?
Yes, but I want to hear what you know.
And the Halloween Kills movie is about a mob. So what I will tell you is that what we were seeing around the country of the power of the rage of voices, big groups of people coming together, enraged at the set of circumstances, that's what the movie is. The movie is about a mob. And so it's very interesting because it takes on what happens when trauma infects an entire community. And we're seeing it everywhere with the Black Lives Matter movement.
Black Lives Matter movement.
Huh? We're seeing it in action. And Halloween Kills, weirdly enough, dovetailed onto that, preceded it.
You lost me.
You lost me there because I was like, I don't understand that. I don't understand where that, you know, like, I don't understand what she's with angry mob against Michael Myers.
Well, here's
angry mob against injustice. Like, I don't understand. Like it's
like, what?
I don't. You're really reaching.
This is
Jamie.
the problem with most Hollywood movies, and I get it. Like when you have
Right.
so many people, adoring fans, so many fucking money that you're reining in for a studio, like lives you're touching. It's easy to be like, we're helping people.
We've seen that a lot during COVID.
Yeah.
This mob in our movie is not unlike the mob we see in real life.
right. The mob we see fighting for big social issues, but this mob is just fighting against one man with a knife.
Yeah.
Like I get it, but it's not the right thing.
It's
to
a
say.
reach. Well, they're doing that. I feel like they're doing like there's nothing wrong with including social issues in media, but it's like with certain things like Halloween or like Bond. I feel like they're like people are being like, you know, this Bond is the Bond for the Me Too era too or something.
That's crazy.
And I was like, people are not going to separate this James Bond or Michael Myers. Yeah. They represent a very monolithic, cultural thing. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's like
so
if you're gonna do that, I feel like you'd have to do a different character, like Michael Myers.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can retroactively make Michael Myers represent.
You need a new slasher that's like multi-layered, and like a new story where this is a perpetuating sequel where this guy's supposed to be like supernatural. Like,
hey, I thought that fool died in the last movie. He was literally burning right in front of my eyes.
And then they show us the trailer and they're like, let it burn, and then they imply that he's gonna come out of fire. So at this point he doesn't die.
So,
he does not.
I want to see what they do next with Michael Myers in the sense of like, okay, fucking burning in the cellar isn't gonna kill him. How are you upping the stakes? You already had a Laurie that like literally had every precaution against this fool. It didn't work. Okay, what's next?
Yeah.
Is the army coming?
Right.
Are they gonna throw him off a helicopter?
You know,
What's
and
next?
despite all the things she might be saying, it is, I must say, it is nice to like live in this era, you know? Because it's, you know, we can nitpick it at it for the time, but like when you look back, like I remember that first feeling of the 2018 movie when Michael finally goes to the trunk of his car after fucking brutally killing these people at a gas station and putting that mask on for the first time. I was like baked out of my mind being like, I'm sitting in a theater right now with my friends watching a Halloween movie, and
I was stoked.
And we're about to.
And then when the music crept in too, it wasn't like a weird like redo. It was just the music.
John Carpenter himself,
and it was
back at it,
which makes it
just like we are back at it,
and
baby.
You know, time keeps going. We keep reliving things, and just like the passing seasons, Another Halloween has come. upon
Another
us.
BOYOWEEN
has returned.
We're
Let's
doing
see
it.
what happens. See you soon.
See you very soon. Let's fucking blaze up, man. I'm ready to get high.
Fuck yeah!
Get into it.
Less than 2 hours. You already got 1 point for me.
That means they're aware of the situation.
My grandmother was right. The boogeyman was real.
It's over.
We can't hurt anyone ever again.
Do it. Do it! You want your mask? Come and get it! I'm coming for you, Michael.
Do not adjust your television sets.
I was like, it's hazy up in
Some
here.
lightning.
Well, we made it.
We're
Michael
back.
Myers didn't get us.
Michael Myers
Yeah.
did not get us.
It honestly feels like I went through a Halloween ride. Like being like escaping Michael and all the
like
people
a
around me
walkthrough.
are getting killed.
That's the best way to describe this movie, fam. Like,
Yeah.
just a Michael Myers ride. Like, personified. We're going back to the 70s. You want to see the full-scale room of where he fucking entered before fucking Donald Pleasance got inside?
Yeah.
Here's the dead dog. Here's the broken window. Here's some more fucked up shit that happens.
Easter eggs. Yeah, this was like a no wasting any fucking time. You want Michael Myers? You got Michael Myers.
Yeah, it doesn't. There's like no wasted moments in this fucking movie at all.
What a step up from the first movie.
Yeah.
Like
I'll say it off the bat. I like this movie.
I was
I'm
really
fucking
relieved.
shocked.
Can I say Angel was straight up saying like, I can't wait to see this movie because I'm hearing about how shitty it is, and I can't wait for you guys to be like, have to eat your words about this movie.
Yeah, I was.
Wow,
So
I was ready. I'm like, I'm hearing that it's shitty, and I don't fucking doubt it. Like maybe I'm just gonna have to eat up some words.
Yeah, I thought it was just gonna be like a.
We were wrong.
Well, it's also like you made a good point too about like how, or you guys both were making the point about like how it's like it's just a third act. Like the whole movie is just a third act.
It's just the thing you come for Halloween movies for. The showdown with the freaking villain, not like that guy's not real.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
just dumb.
It's not the set. It's like not this lame setup where it's like, have you heard of the
Mama
boogeyman?
hate you.
Yeah.
I wish you would die.
Yeah, it's not this like we got over the whole like lame setup part of it. We know who he is.
Yeah.
We know who Laurie Strode is. We know who everything is. So it's like we just got like pretty gnarly like
Some
kills.
really brutal kills.
Like some
really
pretty gnarly murders.
For a second movie, it kind of reminds me of like we were talking about Lord of the Rings earlier, but like like Lord of the Rings is kind of like the second one is like all about action. The Two Towers, like the battle at fucking Helm's Deep and shit, and it's just like it's got like okay like the third one could probably be on some bullshit now because it's like the finale and you gotta like have like deal with the fact that something happens at the end that's gonna kind of directly affect the next movie and the driving force for that. But for this one, I was like, this was like, okay, whereas the first movie that we got was the relief we needed from like Rob Zombie's kind of like vision. This was like, okay, we've set up our players from the last movie. We took it like serious because we were talking in between and we said, I think, like even though like okay, like cinematically, like that doesn't make any, or realistically, it doesn't make any sense. Like that's like I'm like if you like let that go and just like watch it and just like enjoy, like cool seeing Thomas Mann in that intro.
Yeah.
You know, that's like the only fucking surprise I'll give away because there's just like so many fun little like nuggets for you to be like, oh, this is cool, like this fits, and you see how it plays into like the bigger spectrum of the previous the original Halloween movie to now. I wouldn't even get away, but it's just such like a fun ride. It's like, oh cool, now I'm seeing the other sides that they couldn't show you in the other movies.
Yeah, and it's aesthetically still like it still keeps that like promise, I guess, that it made in the 2018 one, where it's like we're not gonna stray from it. Whereas the Rob Zombie one was just like we're gonna elevate this beyond like the supernatural.
This is like keeping with the lore of the movie that they're like it's all about the lore, and they bring in every fucking buddy they can find, like every extra,
every possible
janitor in the background of Michael Myers. Yeah.
Remember the bartender? He's the baseball bat.
Yeah. Remember the toilet and the
the toilet.
Yeah, it's like every single like Easter egg thing. I think like because Danny McBride writes it with like a partner, right, or with someone else.
Yeah, it's I fucking missed the credits, but Danny McBride and David Gordon Green, they are the brainchild. They are the dream team behind this whole thing.
You can just tell that they're like fans.
Dude, yes. For this one, like we were saying, people were talking shit about this one. I was like, upon rewatch, at this very house, I wasn't impressed with Halloween 2018 as I was the fucking theatrical screening that I went to go see. But we're watching it, and man, like the kills, we were kind of prepared that the kills were so brutal, but like I was like, this is what I wanted to see. I even told Angel, I'm like, y'all want to see Michael kill a fucking baby in the last one, motherfuckers? You got some crazier shit.
Michael kills another teenage kid, probably even younger this time. He looked like 12 years old.
Yeah.
Yes, he doesn't have a limit. I mean, he doesn't have, I don't think
and he gets creative with his weapons, like fucking mad creative.
Michael picks out a record for one of his kills.
Yeah, Michael.
Michael sets a vibe before he fucking kills somebody.
He's like, we're gonna set a mood, set a vibe.
He sets up the body. He's really nice.
He's really like This is a movie of like Michael setting scenes where he's like I'm gonna leave some like pumpkin humans.
And you know, funny enough, that they did so much of that stupid stuff that I didn't care anymore. Like He exited, like he's on the second floor. He exits the room. 2 seconds later, he's out the door. Like it's just it doesn't make sense.
The space time doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but they do it so much that it's like, all right, they obviously don't care.
Yeah.
Like we're saying how is it possible that Michael literally just walks everywhere and people are running? And I'm sure people have said this since the first Halloween, you know, like
I feel like it's been a bit forever.
Yeah, it's like he just walks everywhere. But I genuinely don't know how you lose to Michael when he's just walking.
I always thought that about the Terminator too, as well. Like the
I
Terminator.
think that one's more plausible because he's a robot, you know.
Yeah, and so whatever it is, he's like scaling ground fast or something. But like, it is a slasher movie trope, and I feel like Halloween created the slasher movie tropes. Of like the slow.
Yeah, that's his thing, and I appreciate that. Like they took Michael in different directions. Like I think with like things he did, people he killed, and like how he did, or like how fucking grotesque he gets into it.
Yes.
And it pushed it enough, but keeping true to like the walking thing. Like even I think this movie almost kind of. This might be a reach, and maybe it's probably giving the filmmakers a little too much credit, but it's almost like it's just built for you to be like on one and just watch it, because it's like, look, we did something with the first one, now we're getting these sequels, so we're just gonna expand it now. Like, sure, we said in the first one Michael was the subject of this like amateur fucking podcast, and nobody really knows about these murders or talks about them.
I forgot that was the setup of the first one.
So it's like, yes, people know about it. People fucking died and stuff. And
now it's like, my dad almost got killed by Michael.
Yeah, now it's very close to home.
See, where they could have failed in doing that is like just casting a bunch of famous people just to play those roles instead of making it, making it interesting and then fucking giving it to them like later on. It's like it sets up all these like cool chess pieces, and it's just like, look, even if it doesn't make any sense, just fucking, we promise it'll be entertaining to watch and fucking brutal as fuck.
It was pretty entertaining. Like the freaking nurse, spoiler alert.
Oh,
the nurse.
All right, we'll get spoilers because you know, movie's been out.
Because there's like a lot of like little moments that were pretty cool. Like the freaking, I sort of liked, but also sort of disliked how all the like pivotal players like were killed so easily. You know, just like misses. Like it's like you would think they would do a little bit more, put up a bigger fight. You know, it's like they were in the trailers.
Yeah.
And fucking, she just misses every fucking shot and then dies.
Yeah, no, that's true. A lot of the deaths were quick. Like very quick.
I like Tommy Doyle. Like once you see how he dies, it's almost like, dude, everything you say doesn't fucking matter, dude. You didn't even put up a little fight. Like this dude fought Edward Scissorhands, and you kind of put up a little more of a fight on that one. This one was just whoosh.
Yeah, and then he gets fucked.
Oh, and then they look at each other for a little bit. Michael just like, I'm Michael Myers, motherfucker.
Yeah, he's like, what do you think you were gonna do to me?
Yeah, you're Tommy Doyle.
Thought you were gonna kill me with a bat,
Yeah,
bitch.
because you have trauma from me.
Yeah. Everything in this movie, that bat, I couldn't get over it.
Listen, I just want you to know, when he gets here, I'm gonna fucking kill him. Because 40 years ago, when I was a kid, you protected me.
Someone had to have told him, like, yo, we have guns and knives.
I know,
You have a
right?
baseball bat.
I saw somebody with a chainsaw. Nobody, like, I'm like, when at the end when Judy Greer fucking like, I'm like, okay, yeah, and then the chainsaw, you know, fucking just slice him.
She couldn't stab him in the head. She got him on the fucking shoulder.
At a certain point, just like pull up his limbs
Angel,
so he can't come back together.
Angel puts a good point. I want to pose now. Like nobody's ever gone for his head. Like nobody
Never.
Karate chop.
Yeah. And we all
sword and
know
has fucking beheaded him.
it's because they need the sequels. I get it. You would think they would try it and then he'd like protect his neck or something.
Yeah.
That's my weak spot.
Because he knows it's like the source of his evil.
Because he's unmasked and we see he's an old man. He's fucking.
He's got a bald spot.
He's the voice of Homer Simpson.
Yeah, he's just no hair up here.
He's got a bald spot. Yeah, man, he's not perfect.
He has like a weird like inset eyes or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's
what's...
got like a fucked up eye from
yeah,
the first
or something.
movie.
Skin's really dry.
Yeah, he doesn't moisturize ever. It doesn't look like.
Michael got stabbed like 4 times
He gets
in the
gutted.
stomach.
He gets shot like fucking 6 times in the chest.
He gets stabbed by a pitchfork.
But you know what? I know how the filmmakers get away with that because fucking Laurie has that speech with Officer Hawkins, where he's like, I'm sorry, Laurie. He's like, we could have killed Michael, but I fucking pussed out and I said, don't do it. And she's like, no, there's no more decent people like you.
You're a good man, Frank. You were doing your job. But now it needs to die.
So they're trying to make a point of like that's why they don't fucking butcher this motherfucker
Michael
to the
doesn't
ground.
die because Michael Myers is inside of his.
That's okay.
And then Judy Greer pays for it.
Yeah,
I love that shot. I do love that shot of like
that was crazy.
I always feel like parents. You always wonder if parents can feel that like when Judy Greer's getting killed, you see like Jamie Lee Curtis. She just gets like a douche chill. She just like, hang on. You know, it was tough to see her go because Judy Greer's got to eat, and she ate. She did. She had her fucking. She had some good screen time, and she tried to do a noble thing, saving that fucking mental patient. That was nice.
True.
Yeah,
I thought that was like
she
a
failed
cute,
miserably.
Failed, but she tried.
Why did she lock him in there? She locked both ends.
I know. I literally thought she was gonna be like, ha ha, but no, that was her help.
Her plan was,
tried.
I'm gonna lock you in here. You'll be safe. And but yeah,
I won't let them get you. And she's like, no.
And she didn't realize, there's fully a window over here, and you're gonna,
How about giving me an escape route, Judy?
I was just in it for the ride. At one point, I was like, I'm just watching what's going on because I also just love the expansion of like Haddonfield as a city. Like, I feel like you didn't hear much about it. Like, then they show you the bar. Like, they try to establish that there's like a wire, like a telephone tower in the background. Yeah. Because the first one, like they shot that movie in Pasadena, so it looks like so it looks like California. You know, they got palm trees and stuff.
Yeah, it did look
I like that this one makes it feel more like a Midwest town, like especially with that set incredible 70s intro. That shit.
That was
fucking
awesome.
like best part of the movie for sure.
Yeah, that was yeah, we knew.
Like I know people might get annoyed because it feels like nostalgia baiting, but like just the acting and just to see how well Thomas Mann blended in with like the 70s shit. You see Donald Pleasance white, like they even color graded it to look like a 70s movie. So like when it cuts to him looking down from the stairs, I was like, this is cool.
It looked
Thomas
really
Mann
good.
just fits in that. He's such a good actor. I like him a lot.
Yeah, he was great.
So why do we think people don't like this movie, and also particularly the ending to this movie?
Was that the ending is what people have a problem
Are they
with?
mad at Judy Greer dying?
I don't know if it's that or if
I don't
it's
feel
like
like they
maybe
are.
the cheesiness of the mob like attacking.
Oh,
Michael,
and then he
maybe?
kills them all back.
Yeah, because they were saying it like it was like it was giving off like 90s cheesy horror movies of the 90s possibly.
But
But I feel like a 90s one would have been so much more like ridiculous.
Well, because it's the second movie, you know? So I'm like, what are we trying to kill him? Like,
Yeah, where do we go?
I did like how close it came because I'm like, this is cool. Like, I've never seen Michael Myers corner like this. And one would say, I almost said, like, this should have been the third one. But I'm like, this kind of almost begs the challenge of like, okay, what's the upped version of his final confrontation?
Michael versus the U.S. government.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking helicopters
Just tanks,
and shit.
he's building up
He
tanks.
just pulls out his knife. And he's like,
All these helicopters, fucking guns, machine gun, a bazooka, Michael, his bloody knife.
and then like the helicopter guys are like, I'm scared, guys.
I would like to be a terrorist.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the next one gets even crazier with its shit.
At this point,
They have to.
You know what? I was just gonna say this. I'm okay with this being our Fast and the Furious.
Of horror.
You know, of horror. Fast and the Furious. I'm like, fuck it, it's Universal.
It's earned it.
Take me. Yeah, we've been around for a long time. You did a cool tone piece with the first one. We got crazy in the second one. We did some nostalgia baiting. Take Michael to space.
Yeah.
Jason X. Have Michael. Fast and the Furious fights Michael Myers. I was gonna say Michael Jackson. Yeah. Michael Myers in space.
You have him in a car in space with his knife.
One knife.
Yeah.
Well, I hope they try to run Michael over in the next one because I feel like that's a pretty easy.
You gotta dismember him. We kept saying, "Fucking cut him up." That's what I want
to do. A bunch of horses that run in different directions.
That'd be good. Very poetic. He lives at the same time. No, that's Michael Myers. That's when A24 gets Michael Myers.
Get like the guy who did The Witch.
Yes.
Yeah. And then they bury his body parts, and then kind of like the Iron Giant, he like comes back together like after years and years and years.
The Iron Giant.
Sucked together.
The fucking his like limbs are bouncing toward Michael, and then he smiles at the camera at the end.
He's like, I'm back.
No, you said a dope thing where you said when they confronted him and he was maskless before he picks up the mask, you're like, I wish he said something to them like, come and get me, motherfuckers.
Yes, just like say something, Michael. Like just say, like let this be the one that they let him say. So
And then
like,
don't speak in the third movie. Just be like, coming. But who should voice Michael?
Get like Larry David.
Larry David.
I guess for me, the thing about Michael Myers, which sometimes I like and sometimes I hate, is like his emotionless thing.
Yeah.
Because I wish he had some reaction to losing his mask, but his whole thing is that he has no emotion to anything, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like I can't gauge how much that mask even really means to him, because he's just like not reacting. He's just like following the fucking lady.
I think they draw it out with time and also with the shots, like when they pull the mask away from him, or when that one woman pulled it off his head, and then he takes the second to grab it. It's like that's the one thing that can derail him from his ultimate goal, which is murdering everybody.
They did that thing where like people put their helmet on right before battle. They did that shit with the mask, all cinematic.
Yeah,
like,
that was cool.
I'm ready.
You pointed out a good thing with the mask, like what that means to him. That is like such like a very poetic like and sweet concept that I had like never considered. But I was gonna say, I think the cop out answer for any of these filmmakers, like to anything that we're saying, can be like, wait for the third movie. But yeah, like yes, but like for this third movie, like just go crazy. Like you're already fucking. For some reason the critics. I guess I can see why they wouldn't be sold on it. It's 38% on Rotten Tomatoes, 68% audience score. Yeah, because it's a fucking people pleaser. It's good. The kills are brutal, but I like that it doesn't go fucking A24 levels of traumatic. Like you hear like the guttural noises, and that's enough. They did that in the first movie. Michael doesn't have to kill a baby. All right. I think
not yet.
I think not yet. I think that this was very fucking solid. I love this. I will buy this one on Blu-ray. I don't like the first. I enjoyed it, but I'm not enough to own it. This one you pull up at a. You know why? Just the imagery.
The rewatch value.
Yeah. Like you can put this at a party. Like it's got Halloween imagery. That first one doesn't really. It's trying to tell you a narrative.
It's a slow burn movie.
We even said it's like a true crime movie with Michael Myers as the center,
which was cool.
Which is cool, and I like that these movies can have different like genres as they progress. So that can be like a cool way that these movies can keep going. Like this now is just like, all right, the imagery's all here. The flaming fucking pumpkins, like they really went balls out. And I got to give it to David. I was saying Gouda Gouda as a joke, but bro, like you're Gordon Green, man. You fucking directed the shit out of this shit, man.
He has a good eye and pacing for horror.
Yeah, man, and I fucking appreciate the detail of shooting it like an actual 70s movie for those sequences, and then doing your fucking stylistic shit that you typically do for the modern stuff.
Right.
Props to the directing. The visuals were on point.
Go watch it with your friends.
Please,
watch it. It's just pretty brutal, so cover your eyes.
Yeah,
you're fucking squeamish. That shit they stab some guy in the armpit. That shit's pretty brutal.
There's a lot of heads getting neck holds and head impaling.
Yeah. I am my favorite reviewers don't like this movie, but I love it. I think it's great fun Halloween movie.
Yeah, it's also probably the most effective movie of this kind in general.
It literally tells you Halloween kills. That's
brutally.
it. It's the whole movie.
Halloween kills, Machete kills.
Dafu kills.
They kill.
Any questions? Get out of here.
Yeah, it's like it's in the fucking title. It's in the movie.
Yeah.
Another successful episode wrapped in the bag. Another tradition sealed.
In the
successful boy. Dude, we came in. Can you believe we came in here thinking we were gonna like rip on this movie and be like, it's cool to see this fool again. But we had a fucking bomb ass movie experience.
It was a great movie. Yeah, it was sick. Yeah.
Life can always surprise you.
Halloween,
good stuff.
The magic of Halloween.
Halloween hasn't felt so good in 2 years. We're back, baby.
We're back.
2021.
Hell
we
yeah.
did it.
21 vibes. We did it. Thank you so much for joining us. Once again, we're the Us Podcast, the podcast about us.
It's all of us, bro.
I'm Chris Carmona, your host.
I'm Angel Salinas, your other host.
Boyo, Rob Tilden, thanks.
Woo woo!
We did it.
See you next Halloween.
We'll see you when Halloween ends.
Dude, I love the age.
Like you can still see it.
Dude, the score too.
Yeah, it was dope.
The score was lit.
I loved it.
Black Lives Matter movement. We're seeing it in action. Black Lives Matter movement. And Halloween Kills, weirdly enough, dovetailed onto that, preceded it. Preceded it. Preceded it. Preceded it.
Preceded it.